everyone, how are you today? It's Jane. I am back again with my September 2023 currently inked. You'll just have to excuse my voice a bit, it's a bit scratchy, but I thought I would it's spring here in Australia, so I wanted to really pick spring inspired inks and colours and for my pens as well, to give it a bit of a spring sort of soft theme. So we've got a nice selection here. I've got 11 pens and I'm just going to do a little bit of a writing sample with each of them, and stay and watch until the end, because it's not really a giveaway, but I've got something for you at the end that I want to start doing each month with these videos. And just sort of give back to the community a little bit. So here we go. So the first one we've got is this lovely Just Turnings. It's called a Mimus number 55, I think it is. Now a friend of mine actually said, oh, it's like a popsicle, and it is. It's especially this sort of clear sort of white part here, this diamond cast bit. It reminds me of a lemonade ice block, what we call a lemonade ice block here in Australia. So I'm going to call it my summer popsicle pen. That's the name I've decided to give it. So with this one, I actually inked this up sort of a couple of weeks ago, because I wrote all my August pens dry. So this one though, it's just got a plain blue kind of ink. So this is the Just Turnings Mimus. Hopefully you're getting this too. Summer Popsicle. It's got a fine nib on it. I originally thought it was a medium, because it does write like a medium, but it's quite a juicy fine nib. And I have it inked with Diamond Oxford Blue. Oxford Blue. It's just a nice standard blue. There's nothing special about it. I can't see any shading or sheening in it. But I just wanted just a plain blue ink. Now the next one I've got is sorry, I've got my son sitting down here too with me at the moment. Do you want to say hello, Oscar? He's shaking his head, so I don't think he wants to say hello. He does want to interact. So this one is a Just Turnings. Oh, and that's the dogs as well. I've got the dogs down here. So this is a Just Turnings. It's called Unicorn Horn. It is the prettiest material. Like, it's just gorgeous. So this one, yeah, that's right. I remember. It's really got a juicy nib on it too. So this is a Just Turnings. It's called Unicorn Horn. It's got a medium nib on it, and it is inked with one of my favourite inks, Pilot Aroshizuku Tsutsuji. So it's the second one we've got. Now the third one, it's not an expensive pen, but it's a very, very pretty pen, and it writes really well. This is a Jinhao 100, and I believe the material, they call it rainbow celluloid, but it's not a celluloid. But they just, yeah. So at the moment, this has got a gorgeous blue ink in it. So this is the, you'll see some similarities over here because they're the ones that I started inking up for August. So these are the ones that are still linked up from August, oh, apart from the Just Turnings one. My thoughts are all over the place today. Jinhao 100, Rainbow, Celluloid. It has a medium nib and it's a really juicy medium nib as well. And it is inked with Private Reserve, Daphne Blue. It's just the prettiest, brightest blue, and it actually shades really nicely as well. And it's this, honestly, this pen writes so well for an inexpensive pen. It writes very nicely. So next one we've got over here, which is also written there. This is my TWSBI Eco in Persian Green, and it's got a medium nib on it. And this is actually quite a good match for the pen as far as colour. So TWSBI Eco Persian Green. It's a medium nib and it is inked with Diamine Aurora Borealis. It's just, have a look at that, like it's, oh, now the dog's barking. So it's just a perfect match for it. It goes really, really well. So that's the fourth one we've got. The next one we've got is another TWSBI Eco. This one has a broad nib, it's in the lilac finish. And this is actually a sample that I got from the Desk Bandit a little while ago. So it's the TWSBI. She looks like she's got a bit of ink on her too. This is the TWSBI Eco in lilac. It has a broad nib on it and it is inked with Kobe number 57 and it's called Hydrangea. So it's it almost has like a chroma shading effect and it actually shades very well as well. So next one we've got, I had to have a yellow ink, you know, I just had these 10 pens and then I decided to add this one again. This is like my favourite yellow pen. This is a TWSBI Eco in saffron. It has a broad nib on it and I couldn't do a spring theme without this ink. So it just made sense for me to include it. If you're going to include like spring tones, and a lot of the inks are like called by spring flowered names, well, not Aurora Borealis or Oxford Blue, but this Setsuji, Pilot Suzuku Setsuji, I think that means azalea or something in Japanese. Daphne Blue, like Daphne's a flower, the hydrangea. Anyway, so back to the pen. This is a TWSBI and it's actually, I've just inked this one up. Okay, TWSBI Eco in saffron, has a broad nib and it is inked with Robert Oster Honeybee. I just had to have that in there because you've got to have honeybees amongst all the flowers, right? So it had to be a part of this. Now the next one I've got is my Esterbrook SD in the candy finish. It has a medium nib on it. So this is Esterbrook SD candy with a medium nib, and it is inked with Roaring Clingers, Solferino. So it's been another nice combination. Now remember when I said this Just Turnings one up here, I just wanted a standard blue? Well, my bottle of Pilot Nameki Black turned up in the last month, so I've inked this one up with that. This is good for writing on postcards or addresses on the outside, like address labels. Now, Pilot Decimo, it's in champagne pink. Has a medium nib, and it has a very juicy medium sort of bouncy nib on it. It's a 14 carat nib, and it is inked with Pilot Nameki Black. So it's the next one. Now, this is the first pen that was ever given to me as a gift by my husband and kids. So it's about 7 going on 8 years old now, I think. Maybe 7, I don't know. It's a TWSBI Diamond 580 in the pink finish. And in my last order with the Desk Bandit, I did have a fine nib on it, which I loved on it, but I wanted a broad nib. So I bought a broad nib and put it on this one. And it's got a lot of, because it's a shimmer ink, it's got a lot of shimmer there. You see that? So, it's a beautiful ink. This was actually my pen friend, TB, actually gifted me her box of this, or her bottle of this, because I loved it so much. So, TWSBI Diamond 580. It's in the pink finish. It's got the broad nib on it, and it is inked with Diamond Shimmertastic pink champagne. Now, remember I said to you last month, or was it, yeah, maybe July even, that a part of my TWSBI Go went down the sink, and anyway, I was going to fiddle with it and see if I could resurrect it, and I haven't quite been successful with that yet. But I think I'm going to see if I can eyedropper it, like put some silicone grease around the threads and see if I can use it as an eyedropper pen and see how it goes. I can only try it, right? So this is the next little pen in the lineup. It's another inexpensive pen. This is a Jinhao 82, and it's got a fine nib on it. I'm going to call it my Amber Sparkle pen. So that's just what I've named it. I haven't got a lot left of this ink anymore. because I've used it so much. So, but this pen itself, it writes so well. Jinhao 82 Amber Sparkle. Has a fine nib, and it is inked with Diamond. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Next door are doing some building work, so they're sort of starting up power tools and things. So this one's called Ancient Copper. It's a lovely ink. I've used this one quite a bit over the years. And the last one in the lineup is this little pocket pen. It is a Franklin Christoph model 45 in blue orchid, and it has a medium nib. So when I say pocket pen, I've actually got silicone grease around the threads of this, and I have filled up the whole barrel. I drop it the whole barrel with an ink. So, and it caps, so you can use it as a proper pen. So this one, this is another flower ink. It's a lovely blue, and it matches this pen beautifully. So this is the Franklin Christoph model 45 blue orchid. It has a medium nib. Hopefully, can you get this in? You can see blue orchid, and it is inked with Diatramentus Hyacinth. There we go. So that is my lineup for this month. I'll give you a close-up of all of those. So we've got the Just Turnings Mimas Summer Popsicle with a fine nib inked with Diamond Oxford Blue. And we've got the Just Turnings Unicorn Horn. It's a medium nib inked with Pilot Oroshizuku Tsutsuji. We've got the Jinhao 100 Rainbow Celluloid with a medium nib, and it's inked with Private Reserve Daphne Blue. It's a beautiful shading ink, that one. TWSBI Eco in Persian Green with a medium nib inked with Diamond Borealis, or Aurora Borealis I should say. Then we've got the TWSBI Eco Lilac with a broad nib inked with Kobe number 7, Kobe number 57 Hydrangea. Then we've got the TWSBI Eco in Saffron with a broad nib inked with Robert Oster Honeybee. We've got the Esterbrook Esty in Candy with a medium nib inked with Roaring Klinger Solferino. Then we've got the Pilot Decimo in Champagne Pink. It has a medium nib, and it's inked with Pilot Nameki Black. Then we've got the TWSBI Diamond 580 in pink with a broad nib inked with Diamond Shimmertastic Pink Champagne. Then we've got the Jinhao 82 Amber Sparkle with a fine nib inked with Diamond Ancient Copper. And we've got the Franklin Christoph number 45 Blue Orchid with a medium nib inked with Diatramentus Hyacinth. So they are my inks for this month. So I don't actually have a lot left in this top one here, this Just Turnings Mimas Summer Popsicle with the Oxford Blue. I don't have a lot left in that, so it'll be mainly these ones here from this one down the page that I'll be using this month. So they're my inks, and I said to stay to the very end, and I hope you've stuck with me, because I've decided to do something and add something each month to my currently inked videos, just so I can actually get to know you all a little bit better too, and interact with you a bit better. So I have got 3 handmade envelopes here. So, and each one of them will contain a list of my currently inked pens for the month. It will also have a letter from me and maybe some other goodies as well. So the first person, so this envelope's Nick Cage. I'll show you that one. The next one is one with knitting on it. And this one has mountains on it. So the first person to write in the comments below this video, you have to be a subscriber as well. Nicolas Cage will get that sent to them. First person who comments knitting in the comments below will get that one sent to them. And the next one, the first person who comments mountains in the comments below will get this one sent to them. So try and put it in a separate comment to what your usual comment is, so I can sort of see it really quickly. And then once I respond back to you, I'll get you to DM me over on Instagram, so then I can get your address details. That's probably the safest way, as opposed to like putting my personal email address out there for the whole world to see. So I'll get your details like that. So make sure you're following me over on Instagram as well. It's just JP Pen and Ink on Instagram. So these are the 3 envelopes: Nicolas Cage, knitting, mountains. Okay, so that's what I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you aren't already a subscriber, I would love you to subscribe. I'm going to try and aim to upload videos more frequently, especially as the end of the year is approaching, and sort of come up with some different ideas for you as well. Now this is like, I was kind of waiting until they were shipping to Australia, and they've just updated their shipping policies to include Australia now. So I'm also an affiliate of Atlas Stationers, and I'll put a link to their website below as well, and I get a coupon code. You can get 10% off if you put the coupon code Jayne with a Y 10. So that will give you 10% off on your order with Atlas Stationers. I believe there's some exclusions. I'm not sure what they are, but you could go on and just have a little look and check it out. All right, everyone, take care. I hope wherever you are in the world that you are staying safe and well. I believe people in the Northern Hemisphere have had a hurricane recently, so that's a little bit devastating. And I hope that you're able to sort of get resources and supplies there soon, and are able to put your lives back together. Okay, so take care, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.